Welcome to another video in the Google Forms tutorial series. Today we'll be covering add-ons. Add-ons are an astonishing feature of Google Forms which help you expand their functionality as well as streamline your work. Now there are various add-ons, but there are a few ones which I personally recommend. First, let's go and see how we can install add-ons. So go to these three dots and say add-ons. Now this add-ons form appears as soon as you do that. The first add-on that I'm going to install is Form Limiter. I click on install. I agree to all the terms and conditions. And it hardly takes time to install it. Apart from Form Limiter, the add-ons that I'm also installing are Timify Me and Certify M. Apart from these three, which are my personal favorites, in case of conducting tests for students, there are several other add-ons which can be used for when you use forms in different ways. The first add-on is SurveyMonkey. SurveyMonkey helps you out in case when you have to convert a survey. It will enhance your Google Forms with various additional features that it has. You can also use a form publisher in case you want to convert your Google form into Google Docs, slides or PDFs. You can also use the email notification add-on. The Google Forms email notification add-on sends a notification including Google Forms data directly to your email addresses after someone completes their submission. You also have an add-on called as Booking Calendar. This creates Google Booking Forms and it allows people to set appointments and meetings. The way it works is quite simple. Google Forms automatically and instantly create scheduled events in your calendar. You also have an add-on called as Form Ranger. It helps you pull out the data from Google Sheets and add it to Google Forms. Instead of manually transferring the cell values, Form Ranger will auto-populate the choices in Google Forms, whether it's a list, multiple choice or drop-down answers. In case you work with a lot of spreadsheets, this is something that is made for you. You also have an add-on called as Choice Eliminator. This helps you out when you have a limited amount of inventory, like you're selling tickets for some concert and they are limited. Then this Choice Eliminator helps you by preventing users from choosing the same option twice. You have Form Recycler as well, which helps you to recycle the questions and sections from other Google Form files. Form Recycler. So now let's learn how to set Form Limiter. Now Form Limiter, using the Form Limiter is relatively easy. You can use it when you want to limit the responses. For example, you are opening registration to a workshop, but the seats in the workshop are limited to 100. You can use Form Limiter. You can also use Form Limiter when you have allotted students a particular time. For example, you want your students to write the paper between 9 and 10, then you can set the time limit in Form Limiter and it will automatically stop accepting responses at that time, and you don't have to do this manually. You can also do this manually by simply disabling this, but Form Limiter makes it very easy for you. So you can select what kind of limit you want to set. For example, I want to set a date and time limit. I will set the due date maybe according to you, like I'm just setting anything here, and then you can give a message that this form is no longer accepting responses and has been set to automatically close by teacher1, that is my email ID. If you click on this checkbox, the email form owner, that is you, will get an email when the submissions are closed. And you can save and enable this. So it is very easy to use a Form Limiter. It is saved. You can edit it anytime and you can also disable it using this option. Moving on to the next add-on, you can easily download the add-ons, accept the permissions. This is how you can do it, be it Timify Me or Certify M. Any of the add-on in the Google add-ons can be downloaded in the same way. Let's go and set up Timify Me. So once you click on add-ons and Timify Me, you get this option of configure. Click on configure. Whenever you use it for the first time, you need to add a token number to this. So now, as per the instructions, you have to go to timifyme.com and create an account. Click on join now, add your email. Click on sign up. Now it will ask for validation. Complete that work. Once you complete the validation work and accept the terms and conditions, you're ready to use Timify Me. So complete your profile. The password has certain specifications. Now, once you have completed all the required details of validating your account and adding a password, creating your profile, you will get this token which you have to copy. Click on this copy button to simply copy the token. Go to Google Forms and paste this token. This work needs to be done only when you use Timify for the first time. Once you have enabled Timify and you have an account on the timify.com, then you don't need to do this again and again. And now simply click on enable Timify for this form. So your work in forms has been done. Now for the further work, you have to go to Timify dashboard. Add-on has been enabled. Now you'll have to go to Timify dashboard. So once you enable the add-on in Google Forms, you'll see that your form appears here. We can view the form here. This is our form. Of course, it has sections. We can also create tests. Now, Timify Me also helps you out when you have to limit students from appearing the test only once. Of course, we have checkboxed the limit to one response button in Google Forms. But in case the child will access the form from different devices, since the IP address of the device changes, the child will be able to access the Google form again, even though he's already appeared the test. So that is something which can be controlled using Timify, because in this you will create tests using email ID for the students, which can be used only once. So for example, I will add the email ID here. In case you have all the email IDs in a Word document, you can simply use that. You can add up to 100 email IDs when you are using a free account. In case you have a paid account, you can use more than that. Assign the time duration. For example, my quiz is just 5 to 6 questions. I'm just giving 5 minutes, for example. And if you click on this button, auto close form when time over, then the form will close on its own when the time is over. So we'll of course do this. You also have this option of hide timer and enable camera tracking, but all this is available in the paid plan, so you can choose accordingly and take the paid plan if you're interested in. And allow the students to view quiz score and results after submission. This you should tick only if you are allowing the students to see the score immediately after the test. Since we have ticked on later after manual review, so this makes no sense here. And when I say create test, a test for the same has been created. Now this is CSV for analytics and for mailing lists. You can use this. You can also customize it a bit, but most of it appears in the premium plans. Now you can use this send test option in case you want to send the test directly to the email ID. Click on it. select the child and you can say on next. You can add a message and next, and then you can send tests. But right now I'm not doing this. Now in case you don't have email IDs, one another option that is also open for you is this public form link. Now once you open self registration, children can register themselves and a test will be created for them here. Once that is done, they can access the test. In case you have the email IDs, you create the tests yourself and simply give them this link. In case you don't have email IDs, open self registration and then give them the link. You can edit these default settings for time, that is 5 minutes that I have set. Auto close the form and allow to view quiz in case you are allowing immediately. And say save. Now this time when you're using Timify, this link that Timify has sent to you needs to be pasted in your Google Classroom while scheduling. Don't paste the link of the form, paste this link of Timify. The way Timify works is a bit different from Google Forms. In Google Forms, once you click on the link, you directly navigate to the form. But in Timify, the case is not the same. Unless you send the tests directly to the student's email ID, till the time you send the tests directly to the email ID, there is no problem at all. They can directly access it from there. But in case you're not doing that, then what you have to do is, once you give this link to the students, once they access this link, they will have to authenticate themselves. They will have to authorize themselves to get the personal link to the form. They'll have to enter their email here and click on get your link. Then the link will directly be sent to their email ID and they can access the test from there. In case you have opened self-registration, then students for whom your tests are not already created can also access the test. But this is the way it has to be accessed. So this is how you can use Timify. Going on to the next add-on, CertifyM. Move on to CertifyM. CertifyM helps you send out certificates to the people who have filled out your form. So for example, you are conducting a webinar or something and you are assigning certificates, participation certificates to those who attend the webinar, then this is something that is really good for you. Now in CertifyM, you also have pre-made templates that you can use, but you can also create your own certificate. You can customize it with your own logo. Now once you click on that confirm button, CertifyM is enabled and it will navigate you to this window wherein you can turn certification on first of all. Then you have to give the passing. Since this is a quiz, then you will have to add the passing percentage. In case I say that passing is 80%, and those who will get marks above 80% will be sent certificates, and the others will not receive certificates. You can you can already see that a template has been added. You can view this by when you say that email me the sample, it will email the sample certificate to you. In case you click on preview all, it will navigate you to the template section of CertifyM and you can choose from all the templates. In case you want to create your own custom template, click on this here option. Now again, CertifyM also has a limitation that you can send out only 100 certificates unless you have the paid version. So once you have done this, see the sample certificate has reached us. This is the sample certificate. In case you don't want to use this sample certificate, you can go to CertifyM and select from the various templates available. And as I said that you can also create your own template, customize it. So these are the three add-ons that I personally recommend you should use. I also talked about other add-ons which you can explore. The coming videos are an evaluation of assignments in Google Classroom. Thank you for watching. Like, share and subscribe to the channel.